Be me. 27. Go to a friend's game night because I'm bored, not social. Small apartment, too many people, cheap beer. Meet Jane. 26. Short hair, confident smile. Find out she's a lesbian. She mentions it casually, like it's weather. Cool. Doesn't change anything. We talk anyway. Sarcasm, shared jokes, way too comfortable. She drinks. I drink. Conversation shifts from funny to personal, from personal to stupid. Someone suggests shots. Bad idea. Later. We're sitting on the balcony, night air, too close. She says something like, "You're easier to talk to than most guys." I say something like, "You're easier to talk to than most people, should have stopped there." We don't. Next morning. Wake up on her couch, head pounding, brain slowly loading. Remember everything. Wish I didn't. She's already up, coffee in hand, way too calm. "This was a mistake," she says. Not angry, just factual. I nod. "Yeah," I say. "Absolutely." Awkward silence. "We don't talk about it," she adds. "Deal." I leave. Tell myself that was it. One stupid night, never happening again. Life moves on, or at least, I think it does. Next few days. We actually don't talk. No texts, no memes, no, "Hey, about that night." I tell myself that's good. Clean break. Run into her a week later. Grocery store, frozen food aisle. Of course. We lock eyes. Both freeze for half a second. "Hey," she says. "Hey," I reply. Normal, too normal, small talk, weather, work, anything but the obvious. She grabs something from the freezer, turns back to me. "So," she says, "we're still pretending that didn't happen?" I nod immediately. "Absolutely," she smirks. "Good," she says, "because I don't do complicated." "Same," I lie. We part ways. No hug, no lingering. I feel relieved. For about a month. Then my phone buzzes. Late evening. Jane. Haven't seen her name pop up in weeks. "Hey, can we talk?" Heart drops. No reason for it not to. I reply, "Yeah, what's up?" 3 dots. Stop. Start again. "Not over text," she says. That's when I know. Something's wrong. We meet at her place. Same couch, different energy. She doesn't sit down right away. Paces, then stops. Looks at me. "I'm pregnant," she says. No build-up, no soft landing, just that. My brain stalls. "That's not funny," I say, even though she's not smiling. "I know," she replies. "I took 3 tests." Silence. "You're sure it's mine?" Comes out before I can stop it. She nods, annoyed, hurt. "I haven't slept with a guy in years," she says. "You were a statistical anomaly." That one lands. I run a hand through my hair. "Okay," I say slowly. "Okay." She exhales, like she's been holding it in. "I'm not asking you to be anything," she adds. Quick, defensive. "I just needed you to know." I look at her. "I'm not going anywhere," I say. Before I've fully thought it through. She studies me. Suspicious. "We'll see," she says. And just like that one stupid night is officially not something we can pretend away. Next week is weird. No labels, no romance, just logistics, doctor appointments, calendar invites, texts that start with, "This isn't a date." Jane is Jane, dry humor, sharp edges, zero sugarcoating. "I'm still gay," she reminds me, like I might forget. "I know," I say, because I do. First appointment, waiting room, plastic chairs. We sit apart. Not awkward, just careful. Nurse calls her name. I stand up automatically. Jane looks at me. "You don't have to," she says. I shrug. "I want to." She doesn't argue, just nods. Inside, doctor talk, dates, numbers, everything's suddenly very real. Jane cracks jokes, dark ones, like armor. "Guess I finally proved sexuality isn't a force field," she mutters. I snort. Probably shouldn't. After, coffee, again, not a date. "We need rules," she says, straight to the point. "Okay," I reply. No expectations, she says. No pretending we're something we're not. I nod. And, she adds, looks at me. You don't disappear. That one matters. Deal, I say. Weeks pass. Us. Texts become normal. Memes, updates, complaints about cravings. I help carry groceries, fix small things, show up. Not heroic, just consistent. One night, we're on her couch, watching something stupid. She leans back, tired. This is easier than I expected, she says. I glance at her. Same, I admit. Pause. Don't read into that, she adds quickly. I smile. Wouldn't dare. But something shifts. Not romance, not yet. Just the quiet understanding that whatever this is, we're not doing it alone anymore, somewhere along the way. It stops feeling like a checklist. Appointments turn into routine. Routine turns into habit. I start knowing her schedule. She starts knowing mine. She texts when she's tired, not when she needs something. That's new. One evening, I show up with groceries. She opens the door, looks at the bags. You didn't have to, she says. I shrug. I was already out. Lie. But an easy one. We cook. Simple, nothing fancy. She leans against the counter, watches me. You're weirdly good at this, she says. At cooking? At staying, she replies. I don't joke this time. Later. She's on the couch, feet up, hand on her stomach, tired in a way that's deeper now. I grab a blanket. Don't ask. Cover her. She looks at me, soft, unguarded. You know you're not obligated, right? She says. I sit down. I know, I reply. She nods, accepts it. That's the moment something clicks. Not romance, not labels, comfort. Weeks pass, I'm there more, sometimes staying late, sometimes crashing on the chair, nothing happens, and somehow that matters. One night, she wakes up nauseous. I'm already awake. Hand her water, hold her hair. She laughs weakly. This is not how I imagined my sexuality crisis, she mutters. I smile despite myself. Life's creative, I say. Later, she falls asleep on my shoulder. I don't move. In the quiet, I realize this stopped being about responsibility. A while ago, people start assuming. Cashier asks, Dad want a bag too? Jane doesn't correct her, neither do I. Friends ask how we're doing. Jane rolls her eyes, but doesn't shut it down. One evening, we run into one of her friends, confident, flirty, very much a lesbian. They hug, laugh, talk fast. I step back, give space. Jane keeps glancing over, keeps checking. Later, in the car. She's cute, I say, neutral. Jane stiffens. Yeah, she replies, too quick. Silence. You could date again, I add, trying to be reasonable. She exhales hard. I know, she says, that's not the point. I wait. I don't like how she looked at you, she admits, annoyed at herself. I blink. She's gay, I say. I know, Jane snaps, then softens. That's why it's stupid. That's when it hits. This isn't about logic. Later that night. We're on the couch, too close, no blanket this time. Everyone thinks we're together, I say. Jane nods. Do you hate that? I think. No, I answer honestly. She looks at me, quiet. Me neither, she says. Long pause. But it doesn't change anything, she adds quickly. I don't argue. Of course, I say. She leans back, rests a hand on her stomach, then looks at me again. You're not waiting for something, right? She asks. I shake my head. I'm here, I say. That's it. She nods, relieved, conflicted. We sit there, listening to nothing, both pretending that this is still simple. Time speeds up at the end, bags by the door, checklists on the fridge, Jane pretending she's not nervous. She is. Middle of the night. Phone buzzes. It's time. I'm already on my feet. Hospital lights. Too bright. Too quiet. Jane squeezes my hand, hard. Don't faint, she says, trying to joke. I won't, I reply, not entirely sure. Hours blur. Voices, breathing, counting. Then a sound. Small, real. Everything stops. They place the baby in her arms. Jane cries. Open, unfiltered. I stand there, not sure where to put my hands. She looks at me. "Come here," she says. I do. We both look down. Tiny, loud, perfect. Later, room quiets. Jane rests. Baby asleep. She breaks the silence. "I'm still gay," she says. Automatic. I nod. "I know," she exhales. "I don't know what this makes us," she adds. I think for a second. "It makes us parents," I say. She smiles, tired, relieved. "Yeah," she says, "that I can do." Weeks later. Routine forms, no labels, no promises, just shared nights and early mornings. People still assume. We still don't correct them. One evening, baby asleep. Jane leans against me. "You're staying, right?" she asks. Quiet, I don't hesitate. "Yeah," I say, "I'm staying." She nods. That's enough. Not a love story. Not a mistake either. Just two people who didn't plan this and showed up anyway.